Welcome to the Inspiring Women of Iowa podcast, a special series amplifying the stories of the Inspiring Women of Iowa finalists. Inspiring Women of Iowa is an annual event hosted by Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa with the goal of celebrating women of courage, confidence, and character who are making the world a better place. Why does that sound familiar? Well, because it also happens to be the mission of the Girl Scouts, where they believe society is better because strong women show girls that anything is possible. This event was created by Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa in 2017 to celebrate women in our community and share their stories while raising support for the Girl Scout programs that build the next generation of inspiring women. 16 individuals are celebrated annually with the Courage, Confidence, Character, and Inspiring Advocate for Women Awards. I'm your host, Sarah Noel Wilson. I am a business owner, a champion of women, and I'm also a proud Girl Scout alum, so massive love to Troop 238. And I am honored to have the chance to speak with these amazing, inspiring women and to share their stories with you. Joining me today is Dr. Abby Mork, a chiropractor at Price Performance Chiropractic and is the co-founder and executive director of Raise the Bar Initiative. She is a finalist for the Confidence Award. Abby, thanks for saying hi. I was going to say thanks for saying yes and joining me today.
Of course. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to learn more about you and chat with you and share the good that's going on in the world.
I love it. Before we get into the work you do and the impact you're trying to make in our community, what should people know about you as a human?
You know, it's kind of interesting. I actually was like, I'm a chiropractor. A lot of people have started to know me in that I am for Raise the Bar Initiative, a nonprofit that started here. But I think the biggest, if you want to start getting like personal, I think one of the biggest things is I really love being with people. I love giving back to the community, but I love being home. I love that balance in life. I love being out in nature. If you don't find me at a powerlifting meet and you don't see me with patients, you're going to probably find me at home, disconnecting to recharge, to go back to the world.
I love that. I feel like even us extroverts went into the pandemic and we came out of it as like ambiverts of like, no, actually some downtime and recharge time is really good and healthy.
Yeah. Yep. I used to go. And then I learned you can't do that forever. At some point you have to stop. So this is my form of stop.
I love it. Yeah. So talk to us about the work you do and the impact that you're trying to make through all of your various, businesses you run in your nonprofit.
My original, I went to school to become a chiropractor, and the big thing is I just wanted to do something where I didn't sit all day long. That was my number one. And my number two is I wanted to help people. And my chiropractor had helped me as a young athlete. And I just loved that. I loved what he did for me. I love how he made me feel. And I wanted to do that. What I really loved about the profession is that you can really kind of take it in whatever direction you want. And I love helping people. I love helping people, become active or be their cheerleader and support them to go where they are. And so I'd really gotten into strength training. When I came back from school, I felt like everybody was running the 5K. And I'm like, why? I don't want to run a 5K. I don't want to run a marathon. I want to strength train. And so that's where I started showing up in these spaces that were really male dominated. There's not a lot of women in that community. And, if anybody knows anything, the misconceptions about women in lifting and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so I just went down that path and found myself, with a lot of great people that I really started to develop deep relationships with. And that's where, Raise the Bar kind of grew up and how it became a thing. And it was because I have found that I'm one of those women who's willing to walk through the door, and no matter how challenging it is, I'll still walk through, even though if it's a little uncomfortable. And I found something for myself that I just knew so many women could use in their life. And that's really all it was, is selfishly, I wanted more friends and female women in the gym. And so did my friend Annie. And we wanted for women to feel what we were feeling and to learn that although this is a space that's traditionally inhabited by men, they are some of the nicest, kindest people who welcome you. So that's where Raise the Bar just kind of started growing and then just took off.
I love it. So for people who are listening who are unfamiliar about what Raise the Bar does, what they offer, what the focus is, give us the elevator pitch.
Raise the Bar Initiative, I mean, the core mission is to educate and provide opportunities for women to develop strength. And we define that as physical, mental, and emotional. At the end of the day, we know if we get a woman to feel comfortable and confident in a gym, lifting weights, how that ripples into the rest of their life is pretty profound.
Yeah.
The way they're going to show up in a room, the way they're going to ask for a raise, they're going to ask for promotions. They're maybe going to leave the job that's comfortable to go do the thing they actually want to go do. Although maybe everybody else is telling you that's not the best thing, the safe thing. And to build community, people have phenomenal relationships with people that they know when something's off. And I've noticed that a lot in the community there. So that's where as Raise the Bar Initiative, we do the big Women's Barbell Classic. That's our form of a gala. It's 300 women, ages 8 to 70 something, powerlifting, push, pull, meet. That's actually coming up here in March. And that is like, just gives you all the feels. We have a coaching course, which allows us to train our coaches who are inside of the Barbell Club, which is an after-school strength training program for high school girls, mostly inside of DMPS. We are launching also deeper into our heroics division, which is where we take our mission and give it to other local nonprofits, trying to focus on the lower, like women and marginalized group. And we teach seminars, and we try to get people to come through the door, and we try to create a welcoming space where finally they'll do something.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to learn a lot about themselves, and usually they feel just really empowered, and that's a great thing to see.
Yeah. And it's, gosh, I mean, we could have a whole conversation of why just strength training is so critical for women, period. And, and as we get older, we lose muscle faster, and how that impacts our quality of life and how that impacts all of it. And I think it is something that if you weren't an athlete, I mean, speaking from my own experience, I wasn't an athlete. I didn't grow up in that. And as I've been stepping more into not necessarily lifting, but like more strength training work, it does just make you feel like better about yourself, but because you're stronger, right? It's like, oh, I can lift that because
I don't need to ask for help.
I don't need to ask for help. Yeah. And, not to mention all the like chemicals that get into our body when we're working out and doing all of that. So I love this work that you're doing. You are being identified, Abby, as somebody who is inspiring. So I love hearing from the finalist. Who inspires you? Who is someone who inspires you?
This is interesting because I've been asked this before, and I'm never like this one person or this one thing.
No, that's okay.
I can tell you that when I found out I was nominated, and then I found out who I was nominated by, I was more humbled by that probably than anything. So Helen Adams is the one who nominated me. And that woman, I've gotten to know her over the last, few years. And she is a 60-year-old woman in a male-dominated field who just is lifting all the weights. She is so kind. She is so giving. She's so smart. Like, if I had to pick somebody who I've been kind of fangirling over, and I look at her and I go, man, when I'm in my 60s, I want to be like her.
Yeah.
So when she told me she nominated me, that just was like, wow, this woman decided to take the time to throw my name in the hat. When this woman, I don't know if her name's been thrown in the hat or not, but she is an awesome woman. Women who work hard for what they want, are unapologetic about it, are authentic about it, are kind, will use their time, energy, talents, resources for the good of their community. That's what inspires me. I try to be that way, and it's hard sometimes. I'm not going to act like this whole thing has been easy, because it has not been. You can ask my partner. And so those women inspire me in particular to know that I need to keep going. It's important. And it's people who are willing to do that is what keeps creating great, good local positive change around here. So
I love it. I love it.
yeah.
And also shout out to her. Like I love that hopefully she'll watch this and hear that. And
she might not like that, but I don't really care. She is an awesome woman. I think she knows that. I think that of her.
It's the pattern in talking with all these amazing women has been like, I don't want to be a part of the spotlight. I'll put the spotlight. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. You deserve it too. Like, you're worthy of it too. Like, we need to amplify your voice too. And like, so we'll give you your flowers. So for people who are listening to this, or they hear your story through the, the promotions that the Girl Scouts of Iowa will do and at the event, what do you want to leave people with? What would be something that, what would be a message or an encouragement that you would want to leave people who are listening to you right now with?
I mean, I would say that in general, when I'm around people, I try to just encourage people to dig and find what actually truly makes them happy. Like, what fulfills you? What is that? I find in particular women, and I have this conversation a ton in practice, is that you are so worried about taking care of everybody else and doing everything that you are leaving yourself empty and tired and run down and unhappy. And they'll be like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, yeah, you are, because you just kind of said it. And I just, we're not guaranteed how long we'll be on this earth or what we're going to do. Why not try and spend the days doing something for yourself? And if that's as simple as getting to go for a walk or getting a pedicure or going and getting a massage or saying, no, I'm not going to go do that. I'm going to stay home and read my book. Like, just do more of that. I think we're so busy with the noise and doing what is expected of you or what is easier. And I like to be the cheerleader who's like, if you hate your job and you hate what you're doing, and if to transition and do this would make you really happy, but you know that you're going to hit some blowback, I'll be your cheerleader. I will support you. I just see it a lot. And it's sad.
But let's name it. It's not like an individual choice. Culturally, we are conditioned, especially in the Midwest, right? Like, so we are fighting against the norms of what we're told we should do and how we learned from the people in front of us. And, this from your own experience. I can only imagine that sometimes people don't take kindly to women who say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, right? Like, sometimes there's real risks. And I mean, to be clear, I'm 100% on your side of we deserve to live the life that fulfills us. And if part of that is giving and supporting others, but not at the detriment, not at the cost of us. And that is, I mean, just speaking from experience, it took a lot of therapy for me to like understand, right? All of that social conditioning. And on some level, you could be even more powerful. You can have even greater impact on those that you love and those around you when you're really anchored and clear about what's important to me and how do I want to show up and what are my non-negotiables. So I love how 100%. Clear you are. Yeah.
You've done therapy or you've done the thing. And there is a distinction between the two and you will notice it. And it's, I don't know if people need validated to be like, yes, you can say no.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I was going through some stuff and a girlfriend of mine just said, I saw this thing and she's like, this is your life. Live your life. They ain't living your life. They don't wake up. They don't go to the work that you do. They don't do the things that you do. They're going to live their life. So don't make your decisions for someone else because it's not their life. It's yours.
Yeah.
And I think when you actually start checking in with, am I doing it because I'm like supposed to go do the thing? Or do I really even want to go do the thing? It kind of starts creating some clarity for you on what you need to do for yourself. And it's okay.
Yeah.
And hopefully you have good people who support you.
I mean, and that's key, right? I could clearly talk to you for a very long time about this. Well, and I can't help but think about bringing it full circle from like strength training. It's like every little act of bravery, you're building that muscle. And every time you prioritize yourself, every time you get clear about yourself, it makes you even braver to be the first one to step through the door or to say, you know what, I'm actually going to stay home and I'm not going to go through the door today because that's what I need. No, I appreciate that. And I'm so excited to have the chance to meet you. And I can't wait to learn more about your story and the work you're doing. So I'm here for all of it, Abby. Like I'm pro all of this. So Abby, for people who want to learn more about the work you do, either in your professional as a chiropractor, but also obviously with your organization, Raise the Bar, what's the best way for people to connect and follow you?
I mean, I personally am on social media. There's nothing like crazy there. It's just who I am, kind of a snippet of who I am. But if you want to learn more about like me in practice, you can go to priceperformancechiro.com. You can easily see the different type of stuff I do. I'm not just a chiropractor. I do, a lot of different modalities, which I think sets me apart between that and then having a heavy strength training background. So a lot of people in athletics and stuff like my perspective, because they come in and they say, if you tell me I can't squat, like, we're not going to go well. I'm not going to tell you can't squat. And then, from a Raise the Bar standpoint, raisethebarinitiative.com. And then we have really great social media, which we have on Instagram, Raise the Bar Initiative on Instagram, as well as the Women's Barbell Classic, which is our big annual event. And we just have so much content being pumped out that we just reactivated the Women's Barbell Classic account so that we can highlight sponsors, the people. There's so much information we give the athletes that we were bombarding the regular page. So we have both of them going. There's great stuff on there, great content. So you will find tons of great stuff. And if you reach out, we're very responsive. So I always tell people, if you sent us an inquiry and nobody responded, just ping again. You can find me on social media personally, and I'll be like, hey, what happened here? And then we figure it out. As I tell people, we are an organization up until recently who's been 100% driven on volunteerism, and we have no full-time staff whatsoever.
Yeah, sure.
So we're a lot of women working because we're just that passionate about it. So
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, congrats, Abby, and thanks for coming and talking with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's great to be here.
The 2025 Inspiring Women of Iowa event will be held on May 9th at the Meadows Events and Conference Center. To purchase tickets and get more information about supporting this event, please visit inspiringwomenofiiowa.com. And all proceeds from this fundraising event stay 100% local to benefit Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa and their mission to build up girls of courage, confidence, and character who will make this world a better place. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your support.